Hi, welcome to the course. My name is Fuad, and this video series will help you understand your reading material, assessment, and health professionals education. Now I'll point out to you in this series what's important, what's not so important. So let's go right to it.
Okay, we'll be talking about Chapter 7, Written Tests, Writing High Quality Constructed Response and Selected Response Items. This is in page 109. Okay, and in the introduction, the chapter says that the author says that we'll be talking mainly about constructed response format and selected response format. We'll be talking about what do these terms mean. Constructed response, I think it's quite obvious. The candidate has to construct an answer, has to write the answer, and we will be talking in this area mainly about the essays, and these are the popular ones are the short answer questions as well as the long answer questions, also known as the essay question. Alright, and as long as the student has to construct their own answer, we consider this as the construct response format. And included in paper-based assessment is the selected response format. Means students have to select. There's a list of answers. Students have to choose which one that the candidate or the student feels that is the right answer. So this is mainly our MCQs, multiple choice questions, and we'll be talking about the various formats such as the single best answer or the one best answer questions, or some people call it the type A questions. And there's popular in Malaysia, multiple true false questions, or some people call it the type X questions. Mainly those two, right? So in the next section, still in page 109, the author discusses about assessment using written tests, right? As a general theme. And what is important in the first part, if you read carefully, actually he is talking about constructive alignment. Okay, says it's important to develop tests and items that align with educational and professional goals. So it goes both ways. You have your outcomes. If they are higher order outcomes, cognitive outcomes, which are at the HOTS, the higher order thinking skills, you need questions, you need assessments to, right? They are higher order thinking skills in your outcomes. Therefore, you need assessments which test that kind of outcomes, right? But so it goes this way. But you must keep in mind that you have to have assessments which will stimulate students to use their higher order thinking skills. So it goes both ways, all right? That's what the author is talking here in this section, and he gives some guiding factors to determine the appropriateness of any item or testing formats, including the purpose, the desired interpretation of scores, to construct, hypothesize, and the ultimate consequences, so things like that. So have a look. We will be discussing this as well later on again, and whether we can infer or generalize from the results. Okay, so he talks about this in quite detail. And in this introduction, actually one of the message is that if you want to use written tests, their domain is the knows and the knows how, right? This is the domain of the written test, and he wants that down there, if you look at the second paragraph, if the goal is to test baseline cognitive knowledge, the knows and the knows how, okay? But then this paper based is suitable, okay? However, if the goal is to measure students' use of communication, right? Students' use of communication skills, then it says a performance test such as simulation, standardized oral exam, or structured observation of student communication may be more appropriate. Okay, so what is important for us to carry away from this section is that paper-based assessment assesses the knows and knows how. Okay, this is the domain of the paper-based assessment.